Imagine the British monarchy as a chessboard, centuries of tradition laid out, and every move calculated with precision. Now picture Prince William, the heir apparent, quietly orchestrating a masterstroke that could upend centuries of royal diplomacy. The twist? He's using Duchess Sophie, the Countess of Wessex, to gain access to classified royal archives, documents Camilla, the Queen consort, reportedly wanted sealed forever. Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. Sounds like something out of a Netflix drama, right? But the palace, according to insider whispers, is buzzing with tension, speculation, and clandestine meetings that could redefine the balance of power in the monarchy. Let's unpack the story behind the headlines and explore why this alleged plan is shaking royal circles to their very core. Prince William is known for his calm demeanor, public charm, and devotion to duty. But behind the cameras, the insider sources suggest a far more strategic mind at work. Why involve Sophie, Duchess of Wessex? Sophie is known for her discretion, loyalty, and ability to navigate royal protocol without making headlines. She has cultivated trust with the family over decades, balancing charm with strategic intelligence. If anyone could access sensitive archives without triggering suspicion, it's Sophie. So why would William want access to classified documents Camilla wished to remain sealed? Sources hint at a growing rift between William and Camilla over influence, succession priorities, and public image management. The archives reportedly contain letters, memos, and records that could expose decisions Camilla made or advocated for that conflicted with William's vision for the monarchy. And here's the twist. By using Sophie, William isn't just gathering information. He's creating a buffer, a controlled pathway that allows him to leverage secrets while maintaining plausible deniability. Think of it as a game of cat and mouse in silk gloves, royal style. Curious yet? Hold on to your crown jewels. It gets juicier. Many people underestimate Sophie's influence. She is often seen smiling politely at public events, elegantly dressed, seemingly unassuming. But insiders suggest she's far more than a supporting figure. Sophie has access to sensitive meetings, official briefings, and has long been trusted by both the Queen and Prince William. Her discreet nature makes her the perfect candidate for this high-stakes mission. According to palace whispers, she has been quietly cataloging documents, noting discrepancies, and preparing dossiers that could illuminate decisions Camilla would rather remain hidden. The irony? Sophie has been portrayed publicly as soft-spoken and reserved, yet in the corridors of power, she is agile, cunning, and highly informed. If this plan succeeds, it could elevate Sophie's position in royal history, positioning her as a behind-the-scenes strategist who helped secure William's legacy. And Camilla? Well, insiders say she's blissfully unaware of just how much influence Sophie wields in this unfolding saga. But what exactly is in these classified archives? According to leaked insider reports, the documents Camilla sought to keep confidential contain correspondence, policy recommendations, and personal letters that could cast her influence in a controversial light. Some are said to involve decisions around charitable patronage, succession advice, and sensitive court maneuvering. If these files were ever publicized or selectively leaked, they could fuel public debate, damage reputations, or even shift public perception of Camilla's role within the royal hierarchy. Think of it like a royal Pandora's box, where opening one folder could lead to revelations with ripple effects across the monarchy. William, according to palace insiders, sees this as an opportunity. By having Sophie navigate the archives, he gains not just information, but leverage, a means to subtly influence Camilla's standing without sparking an open conflict. And this isn't just about power. There's a psychological element. By controlling access to these archives, William signals who truly governs the palace's internal narrative, reinforcing his authority as the future king. But how does one even get access to documents Camilla wanted sealed? That's where the intrigue deepens. How Sophie gains access without raising eyebrows. Accessing classified royal archives isn't like browsing a public library. The files are locked away, with layers of security, protocols, and approvals. Yet insiders hint that Sophie has been granted special permissions under the guise of her role in official royal duties and historical preservation projects. William's strategy, it seems, involves subtle coordination, Sophie can request documents for research purposes, citing charitable work, public speaking, or historical preservation. These requests, framed innocently, allow her to review sensitive correspondence, compare historical records, and identify discrepancies, all without triggering alarm bells in Camilla's circle. It's a masterclass in strategic subtlety. By presenting it as official, philanthropic, or research-oriented work, Sophie can navigate around internal opposition while collecting the information William desires. And if you think this sounds like cloak-and-dagger espionage, you're not far off. Royal insiders liken it to a high-stakes operation, conducted entirely behind closed doors, with the media unaware and the public none the wiser. Tabloids and social media outlets thrive on royal scandals. But in this case, the story is almost too sensitive for traditional coverage. Most publications are careful not to speculate too openly, relying instead on leaks, anonymous sources, and hints from palace insiders. Why? Because confirming the story risks backlash, lawsuits, and diplomatic tensions within the monarchy. Plus, the narrative itself is so layered, involving multiple family members, power dynamics, and sensitive documents, that even a tiny misstep could lead to misinformation. This media silence adds a psychological edge. When rumors swirl without confirmation, public curiosity intensifies, and palace insiders are able to operate with greater freedom. The secrecy fuels intrigue, giving William and Sophie a strategic advantage over Camilla. And of course, the more subtle the operation, the more satisfying it becomes for the orchestrators, though the stakes remain sky-high. This isn't the first time British royals have engaged in behind-the-scenes maneuvering. History is full of examples. Queen Victoria's advisors influencing succession decisions, Edward VIII's abdication drama, and Princess Diana's carefully curated public image campaigns. What's different in William and Sophie's case is the combination of modern media scrutiny and access to classified archives. They are navigating centuries-old tradition while leveraging contemporary technology, social networks, and insider reporting to execute a plan that Camilla might not even suspect. The lesson? Royals have always played strategic games, but today, those games are more complex, more public, and potentially more consequential. Here's the million-dollar question. What if Camilla discovers that William is orchestrating this plan with Sophie? Palace insiders speculate several potential outcomes. Public confrontation, leaks could trigger media speculation and force a royal statement. Internal rift, tensions between William and Camilla could escalate, straining family dynamics. Power shift, William consolidates influence, reshaping decision-making authority. Historical rewrite, depending on what's revealed, Camilla's legacy could be challenged or reframed. Of course, this is all hypothetical, but in the world of royals, hypothetical scenarios can quickly become reality. One small disclosure could ripple across newspapers, social media, and public perception, potentially altering decades of narrative around the monarchy. And what about Sophie? Her role could be celebrated as loyalty and discretion, or criticized as manipulation, depending on how the story unfolds. The stakes couldn't be higher. Beyond the drama, there are some real takeaways from this saga. Strategic relationships matter. Sophie's trustworthiness and discretion make her an invaluable ally. In any organization, knowing who to rely on is crucial. Information is power. Access to information, especially sensitive or confidential, can shift dynamics dramatically. Timing is everything. Executing a plan carefully, without tipping off opposition, is often more effective than brute force. Media awareness. Managing perception is as important as executing strategy, especially under public scrutiny. These lessons aren't just for royals. They're for anyone navigating high-stakes environments, corporate politics, or personal strategy. Prince William, Duchess Sophie, and Camilla are more than figures in the public eye. They are players in a centuries-old game of influence, legacy, and power. Whether this alleged plan succeeds, backfires, or remains purely speculative, it underscores the fascinating interplay of strategy, loyalty, and secrecy in one of the world's most scrutinized families. So what do you think? Is William justified in using Sophie to protect the monarchy? Or is this a dangerous power play that could destabilize the royal family? Will the archives reveal secrets that could change history? Or is the drama mostly rumor? Call to action. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe in the genius of William's strategy, or are we witnessing a palace scandal in the making? And if you love this deep dive, don't forget to subscribe for more royal drama, insider stories, and shocking secrets from behind.